Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode 195 as we steamroll towards 200. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And what is going on, sir? How are you?
I'm doing all right. Are we steamrolling or are we more like putting along? I don't know which one it really is.
As we get closer to 200, I'll let you know.
All right, thanks.
The steam may start coming out of the train. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm all steamed out. So
we'll get there. We're doing it. It's all good. Mm-hmm. Just, of course, as always, life finds a way.
Oh, nicely done.
I'm in my podcast section. I mean, my pop vinyl section.
You're in your pop. No, yeah, I was going to say Pop Vinyl Central.
You move from coast to coast. I move from front of the house to the back of the house. So.
Mm-hmm. And yet, I probably did it in a more efficient way than you did.
Oh, absolutely. The place is a mess still, yeah. I just had to move some things around because of work. So I'm back over here for now, but I'll be back over there so you can see all the games and everything. So in the meantime, I'm my pops.
Cool. And then with it, I want to say next week, maybe? Next week or 2 weeks from now, I will be joining you from my new home.
There you go. All right.
So that'll be different.
From your podcast room?
Yes, from my podcast room.
Maybe?
Yeah, I will have an office, so I will have a little podcast central there.
I was going to say, are you kind of planning, maybe not as much as a huge podcast room, not like something that I would have, but are you planning like this big game room that you would probably podcast in? Or, well, you're definitely gaming. Maybe.
I was going to say, I think my office is essentially going to be a game room. I can't imagine anything else for it. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, what else would it be?
Sounds like an office.
Well, yeah, it would be an office, but I'm only calling it an office because it's going to have my desk and my computer in it. But essentially, everything else in there is going to be video game related. So
gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Real quick, they mentioned, just to kind of piggyback on last week, and actually kind of the week before, when we've been doing a lot of talking about pre-orders and stuff. So the Ms. Pac-Man for Arcade 1-Up went available on pre-order, and about 5 people texted me, or no joke.
Yep.
Or like, it's available, it's ready to go.
And
I'm
you
like,
ordered it.
No, I haven't, because Arcade, here's why. And I'm going to tag the heck out of Arcade 1-Up on this. I'm going to cut this part out and send it to Arcade 1-Up. I cannot, who am I? Trust me, I'm nobody. I know that. But why can I not get Arcade 1-Up to comment on whether or not Ms. Pac-Man has this sped up version of the game?
Okay, well, here's the easiest way to do it. Go on YouTube and look at a video.
No, because then that means I got to give a lot of those people an extra hit, and I don't like a lot of people on YouTube.
So we run a podcast where we're looking to get views, and you just announced that you would not give somebody else a view. You know what? That's very helpful for our needs.
I didn't say everybody.
Very supportive.
There's a couple of people out there. I saw one person. He was like, "Oh, I can get this for free, but I think I'll pay for it." Yeah, okay, whatever, pal. Right. In any event, no. But all joking aside, but I'd like to get because you know why? Actually, you're not going to know if those are modded or not, because you can mod an Arcade 1-Up. It's been done.
You can
absolutely. And I wouldn't want to do that, but I just want to get it from Arcade 1-Up. Just answer a quick little question. I see you answer other questions for other people, so
right. That's
all. That's the only thing that's holding me back.
Okay, well, I understand that, but at the same time, I think there's a way for you to find out without waiting for them to respond.
Well, it's funnier talking about waiting for the response.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's funny when I get to give you the easy solution.
But so I will continue to wait for Arcade 1-Up.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, it's been a slow week, so nothing too major.
Yeah, same here. Obviously, I mean, I'm not doing anything groundbreaking in gaming right now because I don't have my consoles.
You're kind of like in a lull right now. Well, maybe not a lull, but I mean, you've gone maybe now a month without, well, maybe a little less than a month.
Yeah, a little under. I mean, it's been a little under a month since I moved. Yeah, it's a little less than a month since I moved. But no. I brought my PlayStation 4 with me, and to be honest with you, it's been my saving grace because there's literally nothing I can do right now because, again, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I'm not really running around Orlando experiencing life, although Disney World and Universal Studios is calling my name every day.
There you go.
I want to go so badly, but I'm just not doing it. So I'm not really running around and exploring the city. I'm just kind of hanging out in my apartment. And again, for my job and everything like that, I kind of have to be careful because I do have to go in for work.
Fair enough.
Certainly at certain times. So I can't.
You don't have the luxury of working from home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the time I do, but there are days where I do.
Exactly.
Have to go in.
Exactly.
So, right. And as a result, it's like I'm trying to be extra careful because it's like new job. I don't want to be like, hey, 3 weeks in, I have COVID. Sorry.
Can you just stay over there for now? Thank you.
Exactly. Just pay me to stay home. But so I don't have my consoles and everything like that. So my PlayStation 4 has been my saving grace because there's nothing else for me to do but play that. And I've been playing it like crazy. And granted, a lot of what I've been playing has been all my multiplayer online games.
Real quick, I got to say, I saw some footage of Fall Guy. Yes, I cannot wait to start that.
Oh man, let me tell you something. It's my friends and I are obsessed with it. It is so much fun. It is so much fun.
I'm gonna get on that probably this weekend.
And you might want to because I think it's free for the rest of the month.
I already downloaded it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Then fine. Super fun. Have a blast. Been playing a lot of Fall Guys, Dead by Daylight, some GTA 5 thrown in there, and then I'm playing a solo. It's like a choose your own adventure video game.
Okay, I feel like you may have mentioned this before.
I finished that series. It was called.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called the Nonary Games. This one's actually, these games are big in Japan. So this one's like, it's called 428 Shibuya Scramble. Japanese game takes place in Japan. But it literally is basically just, it's like a choose your own adventure. You're reading the screen and then they give you options. And then there are images behind it that are playing out the scene, basically, but they're still images. They're not, moving.
You can't get a more nerdier game than a game that you have to read. And don't get me wrong.
No. And that's exactly what it. And that's exactly what it is. It's literally like I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm just reading the screen. I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book for a video game. Okay. But, and I was telling you this before we started recording, and I thought it would be interesting to bring up because we've never talked about this before, but have you ever gotten to that point where you're suffering from like video game fatigue? And I know people are going to be like, oh, how can you do that? And everything like that. I'd be like, I've been playing, when I'm not working, I've essentially just been playing video games nonstop for about 4 weeks now. And I got to say, I'm kind of exhausted. and it's not in a bad way. It's not like, oh my God, I never want to play again. But I've just hit that level of fatigue where it's like, I just don't want to play anything right now because I've just been playing too much.
I absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of aspects in my life that falls within that category. Gaming certainly is one of them. You kind of get to the point, and like you said, Ant, it's not like I'm ready to sell everything. Right. It's just right now I'm just not in the mood to pop in a game to play something.
Right.
Now, I feel the difference between you and me would be, for me, though, my gaps are very long. Yours would probably be short. You get the fatigue. Once you're in your house and everything's set up, you'll probably be good to go and everything.
Yes.
But I've definitely, through the years, peaks and valleys. I'm all the way up in gaming. I just don't want to play anything. I'm back up. I don't want to play anything. And I think even right now, I'm probably in that spot because, like, when I'm done with work, I'd rather just turn the TV on because that doesn't involve me doing anything. And even when I do put a game on or try, like, I'm like, oh, all right, let me play something. I lose interest very quickly, not in the game itself, but again, I'm just not in the mood.
Yeah, totally get that. And and I mean, that's what it is about gaming. Obviously, you choose when you want to play and when you don't.
As if it's just like your own adventure.
You choose your own adventure game. Shibuya Scramble, everybody. But again, we're in that world right now where it's like a lot of us are staying at home, so we have to entertain ourselves at home, and there are limited options. And again, it's like I live alone. As
do I, except for these guys.
So my options are basically when I'm home, it's like I'm watching TV or I'm playing video games or I'm on the computer. So, it's, you know, and especially right now, it's like I really don't have any variety except for doing those things. And the gaming aspect has been great. You know, it's also social for me because I play with my friends online still. But yeah, it's just, I'm at that point where it's like, you know, I would love a night where it's like I can just maybe hang out, play a board game with somebody or, you know, or go somewhere. So I've just kind of hit that level here. Plus I'm in a strange city. I don't know it.
You know, if I may put my PhD hat on.
Oh no, never do that.
Which I don't own.
No, I think yours is more of a DHP.
Bazinga. I would probably chalk it up to, yes, the move, the new place, new location, new job. You know, there's a lot of other things on your mind.
For sure.
Maybe. So I certainly believe that. I've been stuck in this house for the most part since March, and I have lost my mind on 3 occasions probably. And now I don't have
one of them.
What was that?
I think I witnessed one of them.
I think you did, yeah. And now at this point, I don't even have a car right now because I'm still car shopping.
Right.
So because here on Long Island, there are places that are open. Like Game On is open. You know, yeah, we wear the mask and everything. I finally got a better fitting mask, so I don't feel like I'm suffocating because the last one I had was weird. But anyway, so like I was able to go to Game On and still interact, still socialize, still play games. But now even without the car, for me at least, yeah, I'm feeling like I just don't want to. And for me, though, it's probably also more laziness. Like, I mean, look at me. I'm the product of laziness, of my own. And that's, look, there's nothing, that's truth. I have no problem saying that. So I think once I'm able to get, for me at least, to a point where, you know, I'm feeling better about myself. This is not like, trust me, this is not like a, you know, a Victims and Villains episode. But, you know, once I feel a little more comfortable with that and I feel like I'm kind of heading in the right direction health-wise and everything, I feel like that will then go, that will lead to other things. Because, like, I haven't watched movies in a while. I'm talking about the ones I love. Until last week, I binge-watched all 5 Transformer movies, live action.
Nice.
Say what you want about them. I still love them, all of them. But it kind of felt good just to be like, oh, I remember this, and this was fun to do. So yeah, I think we all go through that, you know, with everything.
Totally.
You know.
All right, let's get a little less serious now because this went in a direction I wasn't expecting.
So as I write my note, all right. So here's what we have. This past week on our Instagram page, and I think I also posted it on our YouTube page. I did that's right. And hold the fort for a second. Just give me a few moments.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be back.
All right. So as he leaves, I get to basically insult him, and he'll never hear it back. Not like he watches the episodes, although he does watch the episodes, so he'll hear what I have to say. Although I'm sure he's expecting me to say things that I'm not going to. Except that if you look at all the pop vinyl figures behind, here, you can definitely see that Larry clearly has a problem. And it's a problem I've tried to help him with, but he just does not listen to me. And that's about the best I can do in terms of vamping, except to say, if there are any type of choose your own adventure games that I was just talking about, I know we've talked about them a few times. You can definitely check out. There's like a whole selection of them on PlayStation 4, on your Xbox One. You can download online. The one I'm currently playing, 428 Scramble, is one of those games, and it is translated into English. So you can. No, I was vamping about the choose your own adventure game.
Oh, cool! Oh, I can't wait to go back and listen now.
You don't want
to. Real fast. I picked these up on eBay.
Don't drop it. Ooh, wireless Super Famicom controllers?
The official ones from Nintendo.
Oh, very nice. That for the Mini?
Say that again?
That's for the Mini, right?
No, for the Switch.
Oh, for the Switch. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Remember a couple weeks ago I talked about how I have way too many controllers?
Yeah, so you bought more.
Add 2 more to it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And remember for those.
Whenever you want to get rid of controllers, by the way, just mail me some.
Honestly, well, a buddy of mine I think is waiting to pick up a Switch.
Mail them with my PS3.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm waiting. I still got that ready to go. But I may also give. All right. Side note, but it's video game related.
Oh boy.
So I don't think he has no problem with me mentioning this because we probably would have talked about it on the Better Half. So Frank, co-host of the Better Half podcast, and he's been on the podcast before, and longtime friend of ours who's a pain in the butt, but we love him. So his son, what is his son? 8 maybe?
Ish.
7, 12? I don't know how old he is. His son gave me his Switch because it stopped working.
Okay.
So he figured, and this is with the height of everything going on, Nintendo's not doing the mail-ins for fixing systems. Mm-hmm. So his son gives me his Switch saying, hey, can you maybe look into this and fix it? And Frank told me about it beforehand. I'm like, all right, I'll take a look at it. I'm no engineer, but I'll take a look at it. So he gives me the Switch with like detailed instructions. But I'm talking about literally like you put the cart in the top slot. You put the, almost like talking about
the lotion in the basket.
Basically, yeah. So I'm like, all right. So I take the Switch. I'm telling you, this is why if I had children, they would not be touching any of my stuff. Mm-hmm. So I get the Switch. I bring it home. First of all, there is a gorgeous, nice gash in the screen, like right in the middle, and it's like a deep cut.
Oh.
Like I'm shocked the screen even turns on.
Oh, silly children.
Oh, it was a deep cut. So now, all right. So I'm like, all right, well, that's one problem, but that's not the problem. The issue was, and maybe those listening and those watching maybe can answer in the comments. Basically, it's not reading the carts.
Okay.
That's actually his problem. It's just you put a cart in, says cannot detect it. He has downloaded games, which he can play. I've tried his cart just in case he's ruined his own. I've tried my own of the 2 games that I have that have carts. And then I tried his in my Switch, and the game works.
Okay.
So something in there. So I'm looking at it. There's a screw missing on top. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's one thing. And I'm playing with the Joy-Cons. And those Joy-Cons are tight, right? Yeah. I just slip, didn't even hit the button. I'm assuming he was just not realizing he has to hit the button to release the Switch, to release the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
So he just kind of just force-fed it out. So I went to Frank. I'm like, Frank, this is done. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, kid, but you're going to need to buy a new Switch, and good luck.
I don't think he needs a new Switch. I mean, I think you can bring it somewhere to get it fixed.
No.
I mean the cart reader. The card.
No, the whole system needs to be reworked. There's almost a hole in the middle of the screen, and that is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, but you know what? His kid is still playing it with that. So
no, because he somehow, long story short, I won't go into details. Wasn't from me, but he got a Switch Lite, so he has a Switch.
Got it.
He wants this one back.
Right.
Or Frank.
Well, even with the broken screen, you can hook it up to the television.
No, you can. Damn you, literal Anthony. No, you can't.
No. Look, I understand your need for perfection and your hatred towards children. This is we've talked about this before.
I bought Joy-Cons just for my godson and his little brother. So it's missing the rubber off the thumb grips. I don't understand how.
You know what? Okay, Larry, do you remember when you were a kid?
Yes. And I took such care of everything. So just because my father put the fear of God in it. I remember.
Well, okay, fine. All right. Well, you know what? Okay, you lived in a house where there was an exception. Okay. Okay, because let me tell you something. If your father told me to take care of things, I would do that too. So.
He would, and I know, no offense to my father, but I know he didn't know how the system worked. But I remember he would always, when I say yell, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
So he yelled at me. If I left the cartridge in the system. You got it almost like a VCR, I guess.
Yeah.
I take the cartridge out, and
I get it. Look, I was one of those kids who took care of my systems too growing up, but I always thought it was just because I was a weird kid. You know what I mean? I wasn't a sloppy kid. I was a very neat and tidy kid. So I always took care of my stuff.
I was sloppy too, but I just said whatever. But anyway, so that I just found that funny. I thought about the Switch. And then what I wanted to mention real quick for those who aren't aware, the Famicom version of the Super NES controller, besides the colored buttons, which kind of brings some pop to it, there's no concaveness to the X and Y buttons.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay.
So we have that. So if you're playing, you can just feel the difference. But it's cool. I like these as a collector's item, really. So.
All right. Well, again, when you want to get rid of your other controllers, let me know. You have too many controllers.
I do. Anyway. So this happened.
Yes.
Do you want to explain it?
Let me tell you something. So Larry hates limited run games because he claims limited run games screwed him out of a copy of Night Trap.
No claim. I 100% tell everybody that is the god.
No. I understand that. I go, but there's no proof. So he claims limited run screwed him out of a copy of Night Trap. So he said that he hates the company and would never want to do anything with them again business-wise. And lo and behold, here he is with a copy of limited run games. You know what? That'll really show them, considering the fact that you already paid for this.
That came close to my fingers. Let me put this down.
Yeah, please.
I was stabbing the box. Folks.
Yeah, no, we're not allowed to show blood on our show.
So limited run box. You go there. But
so what was in the limited run box that you purchased?
So in the box,
limited run games
which I purchased as I conceal. A copy for the NES of Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl.
Very, very cool.
And so I did a little unboxing. Based on unboxing meaning I just opened that box and this was there. And so I put a poll up and people answered unanimously, so that's why I'm doing this now. But I was debating, because I have the game on Switch. I already downloaded the game on Switch. Do I leave it in the packaging? Do I leave it in the cellophane?
Right.
And I really debated this. What would you do, Ann? If you already own the game on...
I would never open it.
Okay, you would never open it. Okay.
No.
Well, the people have spoken, unfortunately. So I will go ahead and now open it to see what's
Please
inside.
don't use the knife.
Well, now I'm being smart.
You see, you are like forever a toddler. You shouldn't be allowed to hold sharp things.
I am an Eagle Scout. I know how to do this.
Yeah, considering you almost just stabbed yourself on camera.
That was not being Eagle Scout-like.
Yeah, no, that is my point.
Also, I have a very dull knife, which is also dangerous. So let me do this the old school way when I was a kid.
That's how you used to open games?
Oh, God, yeah. I used to use my teeth all the time.
Oh, my God. I would just use my fingers.
I have no nails.
I don't either.
There we go.
But I have the capability to pull cellophane off of stuff.
Always use my teeth. Always. How I've never had braces, I don't know. Okay, nice box. Very, very even. It's weird to say, but the box even feels old school.
So not only did I, but everybody watching this watched the value of that game plummet as soon as you pulled the plastic off.
It smells new. All right, let's see what's inside, shall we?
It's got that new car smell.
It does, which hopefully I'll be experiencing soon.
Great.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. All right, so there were 3 different cartridges available. There was the J yellow cart, the Silent Bob Chronic green cart, and a generic gray cart. And as much as I love J and Silent Bob, I didn't want to choose, so I went gray, which I think is fine. It's very traditional.
Standard NES style.
Oh, no.
It's the wrong game. Is it Night Trap?
No. That'd be awesome. No, but look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm showing it right now.
Ah, that is beautiful.
Oh,
you will forever know where you purchased this game from.
And you want to explain for the audio-only audience?
So the sleeve for the Nintendo cartridge has the limited run logo plastered right across it.
Front and back.
And back.
Bastards.
That makes me so happy.
Well, there's nothing else really in here other than a kind of an old school instruction booklet.
God bless limited run.
Instruction booklet is printed very nice. And then the cartridge itself. Oh, the cartridge itself is actually very nice.
Oh, very cool. Looks great.
Very cool. And
I bet you can't wait to pop that into your NES and play it.
One day.
Love it.
Oh, it's numbered.
Do not clean with benzene.
Okay.
Do not clean with benzene, thinner, alcohol, or other solvents. Wow. I must have destroyed a lot of my games then. Because alcohol always went out that
Is that numbered or just the year? I guess that's just...
No, 2020. That's the year.
Who remembers anymore? Very nice.
Yeah, trust me, we're all trying to forget this year.
Very nice cartridge. In all honesty, all joking aside, I do like that. It actually looks really cool. I could pick up another sleeve. Game On, if you're listening, can you send me a blank sleeve, please? That'd be greatly appreciated.
I'm sure they'll dump like 100 of them on you.
So, you know what? I that's really cool. And, of course, has the original styrofoam on the bottom.
Yeah, which isn't necessary.
Because they couldn't make a box to fit the normal size. So.
No.
All right.
No,
I honestly thought there was going to be a poster in there. I guess I didn't pay enough for the poster.
Nope.
So, now the challenge is getting us back together.
Yeah, see, you don't want to take out the styrofoam because then it just, now it's work. Now you're doing work.
Yeah, well. All right, so while I'm doing this, Ant, what do you got? We have any...
I got some bits of news from stuff, and let's see, where can we start? Let's see.
From the beginning.
Always from the beginning. I know you're going to talk about that thing. Okay, so first thing to talk about now is last week we had talked about how Nintendo's second quarter sales from this year were like ridiculously high. Like it was triple, I think, double. It was more than double what they were expecting, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now it has been announced that as of June 30th, as of June 30th, Nintendo Switch sales were tied with sales from the original NES throughout its life cycle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So as of today, the Nintendo Switch has now officially outsold the original Nintendo Entertainment.
Nice. Congratulations, Switch.
Yep. More than 62 million units sold. That's where they're at.
That's crazy.
Right. Yep.
Frank's got two of them.
Yes. And now, for those who don't know, the best-selling Nintendo system of all time was actually the Wii at 101.6 million consoles sold.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that high. Okay.
Right. So the Switch is more than halfway there. So good news for the Switch.
And what's funny with that is not a lot of, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think anyone really puts the Wii up there as far as a good console, yet it's sold, as you just said, it's the best selling console.
Well, it was a very innovative, family-friendly console at the time, and really family-friendly. Like, in other words, like mom and dad, grandparents, they can just pick up and play, especially like Wii Sports and stuff like that. Like, those things just went over really well, which is why the Wii was so successful.
Yeah. All right.
So that was a bit of news that I found. And since we're going with stats, here's another one.
Okay.
So apparently there was a report done by this company called DFC Intelligence to determine how many people in the world play video games.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So they were trying to find out exactly how many people. And for those who don't know, there are approximately 8 billion people in the world. Right?
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Of the 8 billion, as of 2020, 3.1 billion.
Wow, so half
are video game players.
Wow.
So that's roughly 40% of our population.
Oh, all right, that was close.
Okay. Now that's mind-boggling to say the least. However, that encompasses all gaming, so mobile, everything.
Yeah.
When you ask now about actual console gamers,
okay,
the number drops. So only 8% of those 3.1 billion are dedicated console players.
Really? Only 8%?
Only about 8%. Wow. Yep. So, and then of that number, again, we're going into numbers. Right, of that number, 48% of those people are PC game consumers. Now that one surprised me. I didn't realize it was that high. So stop doing that.
No, I'm listening. No, continue.
I thought you were writing numbers down.
I am.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Carry the one.
So considering the fact that like almost half of all console gamers are PC gamers, I thought that was really interesting because I thought that number would have been lower.
I thought the 8% console would be higher. I certainly believe, a lot of PC players. There's still a lot of PC players. I get that. So that number doesn't shock me. I wonder, is there any mention of, if you mentioned it, I apologize if I missed it, because I was looking up for our next story. Any mention of like those who both console and PC?
Well, no, but they did say that the PC users also, some of them play console, so they would be included in
gotcha
numbers and mobile device numbers.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like a PC user would be more inclined to also play console games, but I feel like the console gamers just don't want to play PC.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's very weird. So it's like, so just to break it down, 3.1 billion are gamers, right, in the world. 1.5 billion of them are PC gamers. That's how to break it down, which is huge.
Oh, yeah.
And then, again, of those 3.1 billion, only 8% play console, which is really small. So, and then what does that mean in other numbers? They have other numbers like they broke down where video game consumers live. So,
okay.
So
I imagine big cities.
Well, no. More countries and continents.
Oh, like regional. Okay.
Yeah. So in other words, like Asia consists of 53% of all gamers.
Okay.
So 1.42 billion people in Asia are gamers. And then you have Europe at 17%.
Wow, they're next. Okay.
Which are, Europe, again, these are continent. Europe, 668 million players. Yeah, it's interesting to see where North America falls because after Europe, it's Latin America with 383 million, or 11%, and then North America is after that with 261 million. So we only comprise 4% of the gaming population in the world.
Come on, Canada, help us out. That's weird. That number actually does shock me. I would have thought, yes, Asia. I get, you've been.
No, wait. I'm sorry. That number was wrong. I'm sorry. That number. What I meant, we're 4% of mobile gamers. My mistake. But 261 million are the number of gamers that we have, game consumers.
Okay. Still though, still not. Doesn't sound like we're number 2 anyway.
No.
Again,
we are number 4.
Yeah. So, you're in Japan. You've seen the arcades.
Oh yeah.
No mystery behind that. You hear these stories of people keeling over for playing like 89 hours in a row and stuff like that.
Yep.
But Europe, I'm kind of all right. Latin America shocks me just because you don't normally hear about gaming in Latin America. Obviously, it's there, but
well, you know what I think it is though. I think it's more, well, at least with Asia, I think it's more universally acceptable for adults to game. I just think that's what it is. Like I feel like even though with all the gaming we have going on here, I think there's still a little bit of a stigma to it. Whereas in Asia, it's more open to all ages. Here, I feel like there's still people who are like, oh yeah, I'm too old to play video games or something.
I will politely disagree with you on that. I won't.
No, you shouldn't.
I won't shut you down on it, but I will, because all the streamers and all the contests and everything like that, and the numbers when E3 was going on and stuff. But hey, look, that's.
I don't know. That's just my thought.
IMO.
I mean, not only is that my thought, but also, I mean, general population. There are more people in Asia than there are here.
Oh well, yeah,
you gotta factor that in as well. Yeah.
All right. Hey, cool.
So,
all right, we got some work to do.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to keep going?
No, I'll hit on this. I'll
okay.
Give you a moment here. So, which you sent me though, so it is kind of your story.
But that's okay. Yeah, I think it was one of my stories. So.
Now I am curious because I just noticed here. So maybe for next time I'll look into this more. But on Kickstarter, and you got some time as of this recording. There's 26 days to go. Someone is looking to re-release the ZX Spectrum.
Yeah.
It's actually called ZX Spectrum Next Issue 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why at first I thought you sent me a book, but no, this is the computer, a ZX Spectrum. For those of you who remember, ZX Spectrum was a computer back in the day that, how can I put it? The color palette was a little weird, not really strong, but it worked. It played and it did some stuff. Mm-hmm. Looked like you're doing a TikTok video there for a second.
No. I just moved back because I'm expecting someone to walk in front of the screen in a minute.
So someone's looking to reproduce the ZX Spectrum basically just in a keyboard. Mm-hmm. This is, so let's convert this to US dollars. Oh, Mary did it for me. So they were looking for a little over $327,000 was their goal. Okay. Right now they got 1.4 million, and that's only 4 days in.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
See, here we are.
Oh, she almost looked at the camera.
Almost.
3,078 backers.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what the rewards are. Oh, daddy. So $2, $7 are your generic, let me just send money to you. Like, I'm not looking for anything, but I'll support it.
Right.
Then it jumps up to $393.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just the base model.
So when are you pre-ordering it?
We'll see. I did get some overtime. So here's the base. I won't go through all of them. Actually, no, let's go to the other end. What the hell? Oh, okay, never mind. So the Spectrum, or as they're calling it, the ZX Spectrum Next Plus, is its stats. 1 megabyte of RAM. It's got RGB, VGA, HDMI output. You can do 7, 14, 28 megahertz turbo modes, accelerator port, SD card, Wi-Fi module, and a real-time clock. All righty.
Cool.
If you back this, you get an SD card with Next ZX OS and goodies.
Cool.
And a, quote, fancy box neatly packing your Next. I guess they're calling it a Next. All right. Okay. I see what they're doing. They're selling... No, what the hell is this difference between the ZX Spectrum and then accelerated?
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
They both have 1 megabyte RAM. Both have the same output, same megahertz. That's weird. All right, I don't know what that's all about. Okay. Has an accelerator board installed, which means they're jacking up the speed. Then you get two of them, and then the early bird. Oh, the early bird's 367, no longer available. So this is pretty interesting. If you want a little piece of history, but has some a newness, almost like the Atari VCS, like the Intellivision Amigo. Definitely look to back this. You got some time. Remember, you can back it now, and if you change your mind, you can always pull it back.
Yep.
And then finally on this, the difference between the regular Spectrum and the accelerated one, the regular is about $393. The other one is $426.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him $7.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to politely pass.
I'll give him a little bit of love there. There we go. $6.54.
Perfect. That is the perfect number.
Done. Look at that. Processed.
Cool.
All right. There we go. All right. Look at that, folks. You just saw me purchase something.
Hooray.
And it's not an Arcade 1-Up. Please answer me, Arcade 1-Up. Answer me.
Go on YouTube.
Well, no one should have a copy of it right now.
Yeah,
that jerk who said, "Oh, I can get one for free, but I'll still pay for one."
All right. Will you get over that, please?
It's all right. I already tweeted him.
Oh God. All right. Can we move on?
We can.
Okay. So, I didn't realize this had already dropped, so I thought this was kind of big news. But then there's a caveat to it.
Oh.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remaster. You can now download the demo.
Oh, really?
To test it out.
Oh.
With caveat. And this is interesting, and I really don't agree with this. It makes no sense.
You have to call Tony Hawk himself to get it.
Yes, and he will bring it over via skateboard.
Oh, awesome. Just slides it.
Skateboard shows up. You can download the demo if you pre-order the game.
Oh, they do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but that makes no sense to me because it's like isn't the point of a demo to sell you on the game so you'll buy it?
Is it an early release demo?
I don't think so.
Because that's what the Avengers did.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't have an answer to that. But literally, when I hear that, I'm like,
no, I hear you.
Early release or not, I go, the whole purpose of a demo is to get people excited to purchase the game. So I just don't, I personally don't believe in the pre-order and you get a demo. It's like, no, like pre-order and give me something cool. There's no point. Ooh, I get to play like one little bit of the game until the whole thing comes out. I'm like,
absolutely. I would like, I don't know this to be fact. I would like to hope that it's just an early demo for those who pre-ordered, and then a regular demo will come out later.
I would hope so.
Or not. Access to the warehouse demo available 8/14/20. Availability and launch date subject to change. No, okay, no. Looks like pre-order digitally and get the demo. All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, see, and now for somebody like me who prefers to buy the physical copy, it's like I can't play the demo.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is the digital deluxe version. No. Oh, no, digitally. Pre-order digitally, you get the demo. Yeah, so
yeah, exactly.
So wait a minute. Yeah. We played it's a re-release of a game. We demoed it when we were teenagers.
Yeah, but still, I want the new demo.
I want it now, Daddy. Now.
I want it now.
If I knew the rest of the movie, I would have done better with that. But
let's not go there, Violet.
But yeah, it is. I hear you though. It is a little weird. I could have sworn it'd be an early release demo, but clearly not. But I think the Avengers is doing that as well. But is the Avengers also Activision?
I think so.
Well, maybe this is just an Activision thing.
It could be. Well, you know what, Activision, screw you.
Hey, by the way, did you see Spider-Man is exclusive to the PS4 in the Avengers?
Oh, yes, I did see that, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered that. Wait, is it available now or is it still in pre-order?
Avengers pre-order. I think it comes out in September.
Okay. I don't know how I feel. I'm still debating that one, to be honest with you. So.
All right, good to know.
So I'll be playing a demo later.
Apparently, I won't. Do you have any other news, or am I going to keep going?
No, nothing else happened to me this week.
Okay, so now I'm getting to the part where these are little hidden things that people have discovered. So, for example, apparently, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, arguably the best Legend of Zelda ever made. Arguably.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic game. But if you remember Ocarina of Time, the one thing that wasn't necessarily in the game was the actual Triforce. I don't know if you remember this, but you collected these 7 seals.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. Was it 6 or 7? The whole
Probably
idea was
7.
Yeah, you collected 6 or 7 seals. That was a whole 6 medallions. That's what it was. You collected 6 medallions. But somebody has found that again, this is one of those things where they're looking in the game itself, like the source code, that there's actually a design for the Triforce that fit in the center of the 6 medallions on your screen. So apparently at some point, I guess maybe they were planning on you getting the Triforce in the Ocarina of Time. But obviously that never wound up happening.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. And if you go online, you can actually see images of it, and they show the pause screen, which is the quest status screen. And remember the screen that has all the songs you can play on the ocarina and the medallions. And in the middle, there's the Triforce symbol.
Oh, huh. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, I guess almost like in movies, sometimes the key element that makes a series, when you're 3 or 4 games deep, I guess like to try and switch it up, you remove that element for a moment. I guess maybe that's what they're trying to do. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And then sticking to that, I don't know if we brought this up. This came out a few weeks ago, and it might have been the thing that we forgot to mention.
Before people start yelling at us, it was sages in Ocarina of Time. Sages.
Right. It was no, they were sages, but you collected medallions.
Wasn't medallions in Link to the Past?
No. Well, yes, but I just read it off the article.
All right. Well,
that's
never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
So speaking of other things hidden, and we may have brought this up, and correct me if, just tell me if we have.
I'm not correcting you anymore. I'm good.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Super Mario 64 has uncovered a nice little hidden item.
Oh.
And it took 25 years for this to actually come out, because obviously Super Mario 64 was way back in 96.
Great game.
25 years later, Luigi has been found in Super Mario 64. So in the source code of the game, again, if you go into the source code of the game and you go through the folder structure, there is an actual folder for Luigi, which has the development files for his model. And, people who know how to work with source code, they've actually taken the source code in that folder and created Luigi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you go online, you can actually see a 3D model of Luigi that was supposed to be in Mario 64.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now, when you go back to 1996, when Mario 64 first came out, there was an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, the one who created Mario. And he actually did say back then, he said up until February of 96, Luigi was in the game, but because of memory issues, they had to take him out. So there wasn't enough memory to keep him in the game, which is why he got pulled. It wasn't because they didn't want him there. Yeah.
Huh.
Because apparently they were going to include Luigi in a Mario Brothers style mini game.
On the N64.
On the N64. Now, I don't know if that meant, the original Mario Brothers game in 3D. That's what it sounds like to me. That would have been really interesting.
That would have been weird.
That would have been weird and interesting at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently the plan was all along to have Luigi in the game, so much so that he was actually built into the game. They just ran out of memory.
Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Huh.
And then the last bit of information I have, again, this is involving hidden stuff. And I sent you this article, and the response you gave me was, "Oh God, LOL," when I sent it to you. The original Super Mario Brothers game on the NES, as we all know, there are 8 worlds.
Oh, yeah.
There are 8 worlds in Super Mario Brothers, and each world has 4 levels, right?
Yeah.
So there are 32 levels to play.
I said, "Oh God," because I'm like, no, there's more of that game.
But did you know, this is a great piece of information, that Super Mario Brothers doesn't just have 8 worlds, it has 256 worlds.
Now, I knew of the minus world.
We all know the minus world, but this is different worlds. So, but here's what happens. And this is to get access to the other worlds, it's a very strange process. And first off, what happens is at a certain point in time, obviously, if you remember the world thing, it was like 1-1, 2-2. What happens is after you get to a certain point, the world number switches to icons, because in the source code, icons are assigned a number.
Okay.
So once you get past the original numbers of 1 through 9, then it switches to icons. And when they counted up all the icons with the worlds, it turned out to be 256 of them. So how do you get those other worlds, right?
This is why I commented the way I commented on how to do it, because I bricked my system.
Yeah, and I'm going to read this from the article I got from thegamer.com. To do this, it requires the Famicom console. You have to have the Japanese Famicom console, the Super Mario Brothers Famicom cartridge, and the Tennis Famicom cartridge.
So specific.
Okay?
Yep.
Load up World 1-1 of Super Mario Brothers and wait for a few seconds. Then, carefully remove the cartridge from your system and replace it with Tennis. Once the game has loaded, hit the reset button on your Famicom, then play a rally or 2 of Tennis. After that, remove the cartridge whenever you're ready, then put the Mario cartridge back in, reset the console, hold A and start in the title screen, and you load into the glitched world.
Who in Hades figured this out?
Yeah, right? And now here's the thing. The amount of time you spend playing tennis, as well as the match score when you remove the cartridge, can all affect which of the 256 worlds you load into. And it's totally possible for you to end up in one of the standard 8 worlds by chance. This works because the RAM location that is updated in the code as tennis is played happens to coincide with the place where level data is stored in Super Mario Brothers.
People got too much time on their hands. I mean, can you imagine going through all of that and you still get, stuck playing the original game?
Right? Like, I did all of that. Well, I mean, I would be happy if I did all of that and wound up on 8.4.
I'd be happy just to get the system still running.
Yeah.
That's like it's like when playing imported or copied games on the original PlayStation. You had to put a regular game in and then swap that out and put the copied game in or whatever. Oh man.
Well, here's the thing though. Again, Shigeru Miyamoto actually is aware of this glitch. He knew about this glitch.
We purposely did this knowing that years later people would find a way.
So when he got word about a World 9 that was discovered by gamers altering the RAM in the game, Miyamoto claimed to have been so interested in it that he added a genuine World 9 to Super Mario Bros. 2 that was accessible only by beating the full game without using warp zones. Did you know that?
Wait a minute. What?
If you beat Super Mario Bros. 2 without using any warp zones, this is the Japanese one.
Okay, all right, never mind.
The Japanese one, yeah, the Japanese one.
Yeah, no, this I heard of, yes.
Yeah. It appears as an above-ground swimming world reminiscent of the glitch levels from the previous Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
Okay. Now, almost done. This is interesting. This is just a fun fact about Super Mario in general. When you beat any castle level in the game checks to see if your world count is 8 or higher. If it is, then Princess Peach will appear and you will beat the game and unlock a second quest. So that means if you get a castle level when performing the cartridge swap thing, you'll be able to beat the game and unlock the second quest since your world count is automatically higher than 8.
Gotcha. Huh. It just sounds complicated.
But then on top of that, in those worlds, you get the princess, but the princess will tell you our princess is in another castle.
So she's outright lying to your face.
Yeah, to your face. She's telling you to your face the princess is in another castle, even though she's standing right in front of you.
Sounds like all my ex-girlfriends.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the craziness of Super Mario Brothers having 256 worlds. Now, I have a Famicom, and I have a Super Mario Brothers game. I don't have the tennis game, so I can't try this out.
Now, A, we're going to have to get you a copy of tennis, and yes. B, but I mean, do you want to risk your... Well, first of all, I forgot. On the Famicom...
It doesn't fry your system.
All right. Do you just pull this card out, or is there a button like the Super Nintendo?
No, I think there's a button. There's a button that ejects it. Curious. Yeah. But it does say to carefully pull the cartridge out. Yeah. So I think you have to pull it out without pressing the eject button.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see you try it. It just...
I might give it a try if I can get my hands on tennis. That was definitely not one of the games I purchased when I was in Japan.
And then
why would I look at that and be like, oh yeah, I need tennis?
No, I totally agreed. I'm curious if there's somewhere on the web, I'm sure there is, that tells you what combination you need on tennis to get to what world.
I'm sure there is.
You need 974 points.
Yeah, I'm never playing tennis.
13 love.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right, well, very interesting. Something to try maybe down the road, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that is all I have to report this week.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So we'll bring this one in. All right. And I'll let everyone, you just did a lot of talking, so I'll let everyone know. Please join in on the conversation on social media. Instagram and Facebook at Retro Gamers Podcast. Also YouTube, Retro Gamers Podcast. Twitter, Retro Gamers Pod. Mm-hmm. Definitely comment, like, subscribe, share. We've been getting a friend of ours from Peru, actually, was enjoying a wonderful dessert while watching us.
I know. What was he thinking?
I don't know, but thank you very much from Peru. We are worldwide, folks. And maybe send us a picture of, what you're, let me rephrase this because I know some people follow us. Send us a nice picture we can put on Instagram or on Facebook of what you're doing while watching us or maybe listening to us.
Yes, G-rated, preferably.
Yes, we'll go PG. I don't mind PG.
Okay.
But more importantly, thank you, everyone. And Ant, enjoy the wonderful Florida weather.
Thank you. It's beautiful out right now, and it'll be raining at some point this afternoon.
There you go. You're either in Florida or London. So
yes, one or the other.
All right.
And you have a good week as well, and we'll do this again.
Why not?
Because we don't have anything else.
Because we love it. And
okay, that's why.
Folks, we will catch you right here next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.